Hey guys, so it's been a really long time since I made a video last, and I have a lot of new updates. So, the last time I made a video was 2 weeks post-op my hysterectomy. My hysterectomy date was March 11th, 2015, so it's quite a while ago now. And a lot has evolved with me over that time and my life in general, but one of the major things I wanted to talk about was how my gender identity evolved and how it came to be and stuff like that. So, as you guys know, I previously identified as female to male, transgender, male, basically. Um, while I did identify as this, over the years, I started to feel more like it didn't fit right, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't think I could do anything else because I didn't feel female, but male just didn't sit right with me completely as much. But I thought, well, what else can I do? So I got my hysterectomy, and then I thought, that's it, I'm stuck here, because I have to take hormones now forever, I can't do anything else, what do I do? And then, that summer, a couple months later, I met this really interesting person, and they really opened my eyes. They identified as genderqueer or non-binary, and I didn't know what any of those terms meant, and if you don't know, well, they're really, as much as I know now, I'm not really good at explaining them, but basically non-binary is where you fall outside of the binary, so like cisgender male and cisgender female, and transgender is an umbrella term, so anything else fits underneath that, like genderqueer, agender, non-binary, anything like that. So yeah, if you're curious about any of those terms, I wish I could explain them better, but I can't, so look them up. But yeah, so she identified as genderqueer, and she taught me a lot about that, and through a lot of self-reflection, I discovered that's what I identified as. I didn't feel fully male, and I didn't feel fully female. I kind of felt like neither gender. And I remember when I first was considering my gender identity the first time, years and years ago, when I was 15 or 14 maybe, I remember standing in front of a mirror, and I looked in it and I went, female. And that didn't feel right. So then I looked in it and I went, male. And that didn't feel completely right either. And then I remember specifically going, me. And it fit. And I didn't know how else to explain it, but I didn't know that you could do that. So I did male again, and I discovered that I felt more closely aligned with masculine type things and stuff like that. I like to wear guys' clothes more. Guys' clothes, because clothes aren't really gendered, or they shouldn't be. But yeah, so then I went that route. And it was a long time before I learned about other types of genders, which is why I think educated. And I don't regret taking hormones or getting my hysterectomy, because I do like how it made me more masculine looking, because I like that aspect of me. But it also makes it more difficult now to not be perceived as just male. So I talked to my doctor after my hysterectomy, and I asked him about my options for hormones. And he said that I had to be on hormones, I couldn't just not take any, and my body wouldn't go back to estrogen anymore, just by itself, because, well, all my, reproductive organs were gone. So we ended up figuring out that I was going to go on estrogen, but I was also going to go on a bit of testosterone, because that's what everyone has, testosterone in their bodies. So my dose of testosterone got dropped, and then I started off with a lower dose of estrogen. I was pretty much equal for a while, and then we upped my dose of estrogen. So now I'm on, I think it's 3 milligrams every day, and 0.1 milliliters of testosterone every week. So barely any. But, so I started doing that. I asked everyone to call me by gender-neutral pronouns, they and them. And while a lot of people got the hang of it, some people just refused, or they said it was too difficult. So I said then, okay, call me by female pronouns because I don't mind those as much. And I just really didn't like being associated as a guy anymore. And I think I had tried to force it a lot. And that was part of the problem. But explaining this now that I felt like this, of course, a lot of my family didn't believe me because before I was so certain and so sure that I was transgender, female to male, and now I'm so sure of this. But I'm older, and I went through it, and I discovered things about myself, and sometimes it takes a little trial and error, and there's no shame in that. But yeah, so I changed my name. My name is now Jamie. So yeah, I changed it twice now, so that's kind of interesting, and and my body's sure taking a lot of hormones, so probably doesn't like me much there. Um, but yeah, I made a new group of friends, and my life's been moving on pretty good. Um, I think I'll make a video another time about the changes that the estrogen has done to me and lessening the testosterone because that's a whole nother story in itself. But but yeah, so now I identify as genderqueer and Jamie and I'm a lot happier. And I didn't think that I'd be this happy with myself. But when I stopped trying to fit myself into a box, and it's kind of funny because I thought that I was trying to fit myself out of that box before and get into the right box, but now it's just really interesting how it took that path. But yeah, and people around me are really supportive, and I'm really happy about that. And moving on in my life, I bought my first car recently. I'm in college right now. I'm going into nursing, just getting some classes done so I can get into the program. And I'll make another video soon about what the estrogen has done to me and stuff. So, I hope you enjoy this, and I'll make another one soon.